Welcome back. We're making another video. Two important things. First of all, look at this haircut. Are we into this? I'm loving it. I'm loving this haircut. Second of all, we are doing something that I have been excited about doing for a very long time. It is not going to a theme park. It is not going to a theater show. It is going to the new LAX Metro Transit Center. Now, why do I find this interesting? Well, it's because I love trains. I love public transportations, and LAX, not LA, LA Metro has opened a new LAX station that connects the LA public transit system to the airport. Something that's been in the work for decades. Something I'm very excited to see, even though I am not taking a flight. I'm not flying anywhere, and I'm not even there yet. I'm actually currently in Culver City, where I'm going to catch a bus to the E-Line Metro, where I'm going to transfer to the K-Line Metro, which is going to take me to the LAX Transit Center. You don't seem excited. Why aren't you excited about this? Come with me. Come with me and I will show you why this is exciting. So you can see I'm gonna catch the one, which is gonna take me over to the E-Line Metro. I'm actually taking this bus for the very first time. It's one of the few places in LA that has a dedicated bus lane right here in Culver City. It's gonna take me all the way down that way past the Culver Hotel to the E-Line station, if it ever gets here. All right, it's been about like 15 minutes and the bus was supposed to be here, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. There it is, I see it. There it is. There's the bus. Thank you, bus. Always say thank you to the bus. All right, so after a quick ride on the C line, I'm now transferring to the K line, a line I've never ridden before. This is gonna take me south through Inglewood and eventually to the LAX Transit Center. Exciting. You gotta live like a tourist sometimes. You gotta take public transit. You gotta see things you've never seen before. Gotta have fun. What's not fun about trains? Also, shout out Throne. Just transferred to the K line with my Keith Haring tap card. Heading down to platform 2. Look at this lovely, very lovely, clean station. I actually think this K line only opened, I want to say maybe like not even 2 years ago, but still excited to do something new, something crazy. I have no idea how to get to where I'm going. We'll find out. Okay. So, we're right here. I'm gonna take a few steps down to the LAX Metro Transit Center. It's very quiet. I'm speaking directly into the mic because it's very quiet. Apparently the next train is in 17 minutes. Incredible. Well, have made it to the LAX Metro Transit Center. It's beautiful. I love these. See the roof? It's like the ribs of a giant whale or some sea creature. It's gorgeous. So as you can see here, we are down here at the platform for the Metro Rail. We're gonna go up these stairs to the main concourse where then we can transfer to the bike hub, where you can eventually transfer to the LAX People Mover that will take you right to LAX. Or you can take the train or escalators down to the bus bay where you can catch lots of different buses, all of which are gonna get you wherever you need to go without having to get in a car. All right, so we are gonna start down here. So the Metro rails that connect to the center are the K line and the C line. The C line goes east, heading towards Norwalk. The K line, which we just got off, goes up to Expo Crenshaw or down to Redondo Beach. We are exiting up the concourse. Really, I love just how massive it feels. I mean, this thing has been in construction since, well, I know it got approved back in 2016. The environmental review passed in 2016. Construction started officially back in 2021, which is really not too long ago. And 4 years later, here we are at the brand new LAX Metro Transit Center. You can see plane and arrow pointing this way. Important to note, accessibility. We've got our elevators that take you down to the metro platform. This way, these are the fare gates. Should also mention that today, all metro rides are free. So even though I have my Keith Haring tap card, I'm tapping it to transfer, even though it's completely free. Boop. Here we go. Awesome, yeah, so LAX Metro Transit Center opened 2 days ago on June 6th. Today is Sunday. All rides from the weekend, from Friday the 6th to today, Sunday the 8th, are free. And the first thing that I want to point out here is this beautiful hanging artwork called The Distance of the Sun by Glenn Kino. This was an original work commissioned, said to represent the universal dream of space travel. And it does kind of feel like the whole center, from these ribbed ceilings going all the way across, along with this artwork spiraling, it all kind of seems interconnected. There's a very universal design. It's all very in line with the center. I also love how it feels both indoors and outdoors. Like I'm on this platform, but I can feel the wind. I can feel the elements. It's a very overcast, a little chilly day, but it feels great. I like that it's not too much sun. Definitely love the shade because it gets very hot in Los Angeles. But I also love that it's not so indoors that it gets stuffy. Even if these platforms get crowded, which I'm sure that they will, it will still feel breezy and open and easy to get around. I mean, it's very clear where you get to, how you get to where you need to go. Like down here, you will catch the LAX shuttle buses that will take you all the way to LAX. Although not forever, because early next year we're going to open the automated People Mover, which is going to be a direct People Mover line that goes here from this station all the way directly into LAX, which is kind of amazing because that is something that it feels like we should have had here for decades and decades. LAX is one of the most popular, one of the busiest international airports in the entire world. And only now, in 2025/2026, are we getting a metro rail line that gets you in and out easy. It's very exciting. So this is where you catch the LAX shuttle bus. I don't think I'm going to do that today because I don't need to go to LAX. But this is where you'll catch them at bays 1 and bays 2. And it's just so cool to see buses and the train lines and the airplanes. They really put the hub in Transit Hub because there are so many different ways of getting around now. Not to mention the Metro microsystem, which is sort of like Metro's version of Uber or Lyft. Not to mention the bike hub, where you'll be able to either store and also probably rent bikes. This is where the buses enter, right over here off of Aviation Boulevard. And the one thing you actually cannot do here at the Metro Transit Center is pick up passengers. There is no Uber or Lyft or rideshare service pickup here. There are no personal vehicles allowed in the Metro Transit Center. If you want to be picked up by a friend or family or someone after you get off of the LAX shuttle bus, you will still need to transfer either from a different bus line or catch the C or K line to head to another station where you can then be picked up. For me personally, if I was using the LAX Metro Transit Center after getting off a plane at LAX, I would probably get on the K line, take it north back up to Culver, where the E line was, which is where I started today. Either be picked up there, or if I really wanted to, transfer from the C line, go all the way to downtown to the 7th and Metro Center, and then get on the A line, which would take me up to North Hollywood, which is where I live. Now, that would take a while. I think I mapped it on my phone. It would probably take a little over an hour to get from here all the way to North Hollywood. But it's still amazing that I can do that. That I, for the entire time that I've lived in Los Angeles, have refused to fly out of LAX because of how damn inconvenient it is to get in and out. How do I ask a friend to take me to the airport? I know that's a big ask. How do I get in and out in an efficient amount of time? LAX is famously one of the most gridlocked airports in the world. And I do think it's going to continue to be one of the most gridlocked airports in the world. But there is no world where having something as massive as this LAX Transit Center doesn't at least help a little bit to relieve the congestion that seems to be unending at LA International Airport. Anyway, right up there, you can see the automated people mover line. There actually are people mover trains up there. Now, this has been a long delayed piece of the LAX Transit Center, but really one of the most important, because this shuttle right up there, you can see, I don't know if you can see, if you can see that shuttle up there, that white tram, that is what's going to be what takes you all the way that way to LAX. It's also going to connect to a car rental service hub, as well as have multiple stops going around the horseshoe inside of LAX. It's been long delayed, $600 million over budget, lots of contractor negotiations, lots of payment negotiations. Frankly, it's taken way longer than it should have, but it is coming early 2026 if we can get it together. But as of now, all of this is ready. All this is beautiful too. I love this very native plant life here. We've got lots of succulents, lots of native grasses. Not quite sure what these trees are here, but they're still very new. I'm sure that they will grow. They will mature to be very beautiful, beautiful trees. Right up here, you can also see the times for the arrivals of both the C and the K line trains. Should also mention at every one of these bus bays, it does tell you which bus you can catch. For example, at Bay 11, you can catch the 120 bus to Whitwood Center via Imperial Highway. I don't know where that is. I've never been there. Also, you can see, oh, look, a plane! You can also see these are electric vehicle charging stations. I don't know if every bus coming in and out of the transit center is going to be an electric bus, but right up there, these things come down. I don't know if they connect directly or if they wirelessly charge the electric buses that stop here. Also not sure what, over here you have building E. What is this? Oh, I think it's a restroom. Wait a minute, you're telling me that we have a public restroom at a Los Angeles metro stop? Something that has been nigh impossible to get, something that seems very obvious to have, something that most transit centers around the world have, bathrooms inside of their transit stops. We have those now. I'm gonna use it. You can't come with me, but I'm gonna use it and tell you how it is. Can't confirm the bathrooms work like a charm. They're fairly small. That is maybe, it's one toilet stall and one urinal and two sinks. I'm not sure what the rest of the building is because the rest of this building is not the bathroom. I don't know. It's where all the bus drivers and all the train drivers sleep. In this little box. It's where they recharge the batteries. No, it could be maybe like a food kiosk or something. Like right up here, you can't really see it on camera. This like glass box building right up here, I think is gonna be a Starbucks or some kind of coffee shop or something. But as of now, it's just an empty glass box. Right over there, building with all the yellow stripes, is the main shop. I'm assuming this is probably a rail yard for the K-line and C-line trains. Could also be a bus line service station. Well, look, I love, it says main shop up there. Oh, it says main shop up there. I love the font. Can someone tell me what the font is for LA Metro so I can tattoo it on my body? Oh, look, another train. I also like these little chairs. They're not benches. They're like these little chairs. Are they bouncy? Let's find out. Are they bouncy? Let's see. They're not bouncy. Ooh, but they turn. Oh, so you can spin around. That's nice. So if you wanted to, if I had a friend with me, which I don't, if I had a friend with me, we could turn to face each other here. We could also turn to face each other here. So it's kind of neat. Nice. And I love how the roofs, they both kind of come down to create covered bus bays, but they also, the awnings are integrated into the larger roof of the main concourse of the transit center. Again, it's giving like whale skeleton. Because what else do you want your Metro Transit Center to look like other than the inside of a whale carcass? The children yearn for trains and whale carcasses. I'm having fun. You can also purchase right here Metro Transit card or tap cards. Oh, important to note that the shuttle to LAX is free to use, as I assume the People Mover will also be free to use. However, Metro buses and Metro rail lines, those are still $175, which is frankly fairly cheap compared to other cities and their public transit systems. In fact, the one-day cap is $5. You cannot spend more than $5 even if you spent your entire day riding the Metro, which I've done before. And in a week, you cannot spend more than $18. And how much do you spend on gas every week? I spend at least $60 on gas, not a week, but like maybe every 2 weeks, $60 on gas. So that compared to $18 a week, if you can truly be car independent in Los Angeles, which is hard, which is very hard, but it's getting easier. Or, if you're poor enough, and I am poor enough, you can also qualify for the Life program. That is a program that you can qualify for if you live in poverty, like I do, that gives you 20 free rides on Metro a month. And I've been using Life since a little over a year now, and it's fairly easy to use. Just once a month I have to go on the TapCard website. I select my card, which is on my account, my Keith Haring tap card. You can load 20 free rides on this thing a month. And since I'm not fully card dependent, I'm a hybrid. I drive most of the time, but I try to use transit at least a couple times a week. 20 free rides a month gets me, is exactly what I need. It gets me exactly where I need to be. So, look into the Life program. We can get free rides on LA Metro. Also down here by the bus bays, you have a Ven Hub, where you can get Metro merch. Oh my god, I actually really, really want that hat. I don't know how much it is, or I'll not be getting a hat today, or one of these cool water bottles, or Pop-Tarts, because in order to use Ven Hub, you must use the Apple iOS app, not the Android app, which is what I use. It's what I'm filming this video on. The Android app is not up to snuff, so you cannot buy your Metro hat, but I want one so bad. Say hi to the robots. Hello, robots. All right, so now we're gonna leave the bus bay. We're gonna head up the elevator back to the main concourse and check out a few more places here. The transit center. Boop. That didn't work. Well, no, it did work. Awesome. Elevator up. And hit 3 up to the concourse. So yes, we are on floor 1, the bus plaza, where you can catch the LAX shuttle, Metro bus, Metro micro, find a vending machine, use the bathroom. And back up on floor 3, you can connect to the Metro line, visit the customer service center, have a few more ticket vending machines, and also use a restroom. And connect to the bike hub. Awesome. All right. Let's go. Hello. Wow. Oh wait, is? Oh, I was gonna visit the center, the customer center, but actually, it closed at 6. So it's actually too late for me to go to the customer center. But they still have the ticket vending machines. Also here up on the concourse, they have another big empty glass box, where I assume some kind of convenience, a store, a coffee shop is going to be here. Awesome. There is that beautiful Glen Kino sculpture. And over here, they actually have a few photos of the construction of the transit center. Huh. Yeah, so this thing opened just a few days ago, but has been in the works for so long. I mean, going back to like the 80s, they've been wanting to build a transit center that takes you to LA International Airport. Something we should very obviously have. But you know, no time like now. And it's not just this transit center opening that makes 2025 a huge year for the LA Metro, because in just a few months we're also going to get an extension of the D line going down Wilshire Boulevard. The first phase of that is going to open, connecting you to La Brea, to the tar pits, to LACMA, to the Academy Museum. And then the next year after that, that line is going to extend all the way to Century City, and then the year after that, all the way to UCLA. So we're going to have a major expansion of the D line. And then a few months after that, we're also getting an extension of the A line. That's the light rail that goes to Pasadena. That thing is extending all the way past Azusa into the foothills, the San Gabriel Valley. So it's a big year for the LA Transit Center. Not the LA Transit. It's a big year for the LA Transit Center. It's a big year. It's a big year for the LA Metro. So let's see, this right over here is the customer center. They're closed. I really wanted to get a tap card. They have the special LAX Transit Center tap cards. Maybe I can get them at the machine still. But cool that there is a customer service center. I can't think of another station in the LA Metro other than probably Union Station that has a customer service center where you can even talk to somebody. But I should mention that the LAX Transit Center is very well staffed with Metro ambassadors, with security. Even though it's fairly quiet right now, it's still pretty busy and still pretty exciting because it is the opening weekend of this transit center. How many times in this video have I said transit center? Let's see. All right, so maybe the last thing I want to show you guys. This wall here is going to be what connects you to the people mover that will take you all the way to LAX. Hopefully opened in time for the 2026 World Cup, which is going to be held right here in Los Angeles. As one of the major motivators of getting this thing completed was so that they could have the people mover for the World Cup, which is surely going to bring many, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people to Los Angeles. So why not get that people mover open before the World Cup and obviously before the 2028 Olympics? Awesome. What is this down here? Seems to be more construction. I don't know if that's going to be another bus bay or maybe parking. Or maybe a cool motocross track where you can do cool tricks and flips. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, and right over here is the bike hub. The bike hub where you'll be able to store and rent bikes. So we're down on the street level, so you can get a closer view of the people mover platform. It's going to go a little bit that way. I think that might be where the car rental center is. But then going that way, you can see the track up there is going to extend all the way over to LAX. Cannot wait for that. So a better view of just how massive this whole center is. I believe this cost around $900 million to build. I'm not sure if that includes the people mover tracks, which also I know went $600 million over their initial price. But if you were entering from the street level, this is where you would take the stairs or the elevator up to the main concourse. So I'm back up on the concourse. I love these planters down here. I mean, they're really simple. They're just planters with trees in them, but it sort of is bringing this whole both indoor, outdoor feeling to the transit center where you feel like you're both inside of a giant station and at the same time also still outside. I just love the way that the landscaping is sort of blended in. And a lot of this still, I don't want to say it looks incomplete, but you can smell the fresh paint. You know what I mean? Not literally, but figuratively you can smell the paint. The places where they still need to do some final touches, the places where the trees need to grow in, or some of the planters maybe need a little bit more foliage. But I'm sure that's all stuff that's going to happen in time. I mean, they would never start a project and not complete it, half-ass it. LA Metro, they would never do that. So back over here at the customer service center, which is currently closed, you can also get these little brochures that give you maps of all the different bus lines you can take here at the transit center. They have them in both English and Spanish, which is very appreciated. You can also learn more about the Life program. That's what I use to get 20 free rides a month if you have a low income, which I obviously do. I'm taking that for later. Excellent. It's cool. I love that they do this. I've never seen this. I don't think even at Union Station I've seen a rack that has all these different bus line brochures. It's awesome. And like, maybe it's weird that I'm here covering the opening of a train station. Actually, I don't think it's weird. Maybe it's weird. I don't care if it's weird. I think it's so easy. It's very loud because of planes. I think it's so easy for people to feel pessimistic, especially in a city like Los Angeles where we are so car dependent and there is so much poverty and there's so much wealth inequality. It's easy to feel like nothing's happening, or that things aren't getting better, or that things aren't getting easier. But giant, massive public projects like this, they don't completely assuage my fears, but they help me feel a little bit like I'm being taken care of, a little bit like there is hope for this city, hope that things can get easier, that things can be easier, that things can be convenient, and that there are things happening that serve the people, not purely just for profit, but purely just for the good of the people that live here. Because this is a great city. It's really fucking hard to get around, but it's a great city. And this is a major puzzle piece in making this great city easier to get in, easier to move around, easier to be in, easier to exist in. So no, this is not as cool as going to Disneyland or Universal. I'm going to Disneyland in 2 days. Talk about great public transit. Go to Disneyland. Go to Disney World. The theme parks have it figured out. Not a lot of cities do, but LA is starting to figure it out. They have not had it figured out for so long that they are finally starting to figure it out. And that's why I'm excited about this place. That's why you should be excited. Are you excited yet? I see it. You look excited. You're so excited, aren't you? Okay, I've seen about everything here. I think I'm probably gonna leave now because the Tony Awards are on. I'm missing the Tonys for this. That's how interesting this is. So I'm gonna maybe see the end of the Tony Awards if I can get back to Culver City before it gets too dark. Also, unfortunately, because the Metro Customer Service Center is closed, I cannot get one of the special LAX Transit Center Metro cards that they're selling. I just missed that, so I will not be able to get one of those. I almost want to come all the way back here just to get one, but I'm probably not going to do that. I don't think I'll come back here again until I fly out of LAX, which who knows when that'll happen. But for now, if nobody got me, at least my Keith Haring tap card has got me. Boop. Look at that. And here's a little addendum. I'm back at Culver City, the metro station where we started. Well, actually, we didn't. We started a little further in. This is what I was going to talk about, though. I'm back in Culver City. I need to go a mile that way to get back to my car. And yet, there's not a bus coming for like another 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna walk. And for as exciting as it is to have a brand new transit center and connect to LA and make it more metro friendly, we still have this last mile problem. That meaning that even if you depart your bus or your train or whatever you're taking, it's still not connected enough. You still sometimes have to just walk a mile. And that is the most inconvenient part of all of this. And yes, it's a beautiful walk. I do like this part of Culver City a lot, but I just wish that we had more buses. If it was easier to get a bike, if we had more dedicated bike lanes. Not saying it's perfect, we're working on it, but I'm gonna have to walk along the side of the highway for like half a mile before I can get back to my car, and that's just annoying. But other than that, this has been fun. And thank you for coming along and watching and subscribing and liking. I know this is not the most interesting... No, I'm kidding, it is the most interesting thing. It's the most interesting thing in the world, and that's why I'm recording it. So yeah. I'll see you later.